Hi and welcome back to Sports Buzz TV. Today I'm here to give you another update on sports and it's about football. So we see the Premier League is back with a bang and it's the 2021-2022 edition of the Premier League. The 2021-2022 season is the 30th edition of the elite competition of this English Football League. We know, and this got the name ever since it was established in 1992, before which it was called the English Premiership. So yeah, we are back with the Premier League, and we know that this competition is the toughest football league in the world, and it keeps getting tougher and tougher year by year. So we're looking to probably having the best season ahead, and it keeps getting better and better year by year. So hopefully we see a very good season, bright season, a very competitive season. We know the teams in the Premier League keep upgrading themselves. If you do not upgrade yourself, you're going to lag behind. If you want to compete at the highest level, you need to keep improving your team and getting in new players, and that pays a lot. Well, as the years go by. So if you want to compete at the highest level and win the league in the Premier League, especially the Premier League, you need to keep upgrading your teams. So yeah, talking about the league now, it looks very competitive, very tough. The teams look really good. Any team can beat any other team on any given day. There can be big upsets. Because we know that the teams fighting in this league for the top four places, there are around comfortably 6-7 teams that fight for the top four places. So having said that, it is really going to be tricky. And for this season, I really can't pick a winner. Really cannot predict a winner because the top four teams look extremely tough, extremely tight. They look equally strong, really good. They have really good squads. They've upgraded themselves, brought in new players, done a good transfer in the market, good transfer business they've done. So hopefully, let's see what happens as the season progresses. Talking about the last season, three teams that got relegated from the last season were Fulham, West Bromwich Albion, and Sheffield United. We know that Sheffield was a very good team and they made the appearance 2 seasons ago. The first season that they stepped in, they looked really good. They played really well. But after Dean Henderson left the following season and came back to Manchester United, Sheffield struggled all the way throughout, and now they have been relegated from the Premier League. They're back to the EFL Championship, which is the second tier division of English football. So talking about the teams that have got promoted this season from the previous edition of the EFL Championship are Watford, Norwich City, and Brentford. So these are the three teams. We can see Watford and Norwich City are back into the Premier League, and they also can cause upsets. Remember how Norwich City had beaten Manchester City. So yeah, we can really expect these teams also to play well. And we know that the Premier League has kicked off well, and there was a big shock when Brentford defeated Arsenal 2-0. It was a really big shocker. We did not expect this, but Brentford had really played well. So yeah, that's how competitive the Premier League is. That is how tough it is. And if I have to talk about the top four teams, which are the most probable teams to finish in the top four? There are no surprises, as we know. The teams that have finished in the top four last season, that were Manchester City, that they were the champions, and the runners-up were Manchester United, that finished at number 2, followed by Liverpool and then Chelsea at number 4. Liverpool just managed to take the edge and just win matches towards the end, where Chelsea flopped up a bit, and then Liverpool finished at number 3 and Chelsea at number 4. This season also, it is these four teams that these four teams, they look extremely good, strong, and dangerous, but they might have a few problems if they have to face injuries, because we know that Premier League is really, really hard. It's really tough, and if you have to undergo injuries and sustain them, you have to sustain them. It is then that you can be at the highest level. You can be where you want to be at the top. So these four teams, they have good squads, good amount of options as substitutes. The managers will really have good way of rotating players. But if injuries occur, it's really going to be a big challenge for all these four teams, because all four are competitive and they are entitled to win the challenge. They all four have the ability, they are capable of winning the title, and they will compete against each other. They will be a big threat to each other. The games between these four teams are really going to be interesting to watch, both home and away fixtures. So it's really going to be very interesting. So mark the dates of the derbies and the big matches. It's going to be really interesting. Talking about the four teams, so I will start with Manchester City, as they are the defending champions. I mean, they have everything in their squad. They have plenty of options. You see, even the bench is strong enough to win the title. There are plenty of options available. But They've added to their strength Jack Grealish from Aston Villa for 100 million. So that's a very good buy, a very good buy. They were actually confused whether to wait for Messi to get released from Barcelona or not, but they went ahead and they went with Grealish, and they've got a very good option. He's a very good leader, a good winger, wonderful assists come from him. So we know of what caliber he is. Such a wonderful potential, good player, and he adds a lot more strength to their team. They also are wanting to buy Harry Kane before the transfer window closes. So we don't know whether they will be able to buy, because even Tottenham are in need of Harry Kane. Looking at when Sergio Aguero left Manchester City, that's been their main concern, the centre forward. They do not want to put Sterling out there, because Sterling has been playing all this while on the left wing position. So they need a proper centre forward who will be there always, and that is Harry Kane, a perfect replacement for Sergio Aguero. So will they get him? That's the question. We don't know. The transfer week is open for another 2 weeks, but we don't know whether they'll be able to get him or not. They are ready to pay another 100 million. They can afford him, so they are ready to give another 100 million for Harry Kane. They have already spent 100 million on Jack Grealish, and now they want to spend another 100 million on Harry Kane. So let's see whether they get it or not. Otherwise, they have all the options. They have all the options, all the bases covered. They're a very good squad. Their bench is also very strong enough. Secondly, coming to Manchester United, Manchester United, they have seriously done good business this window. They have meant business. They have seriously done good business this window. Especially talking about the right wing position, what was the biggest concern for these many years. They did not have a proper right wing, and that's finally done. The wait is over, and Jadon Sancho's back. It's good to see him at Old Trafford. So we'll see how Jadon Sancho performs, links up with the various players like Bruno Fernandes, Mason Greenwood, Anthony Martial, Marcus Rashford. See, and also Rashford being out for 12 weeks is a big concern. He's such a big player for us, big player for Manchester United. He's being out, but we have options of Daniel James playing up front. Greenwood will get to play in striking position. If he's not playing, Cavani will obviously play. So there are plenty of options available, and Pogba and Bruno will obviously link up. Lingard is back. Let's see how he performs. We don't know how long he's going to stay. And also, Andres Pereira will get chance to play. So we know that, and especially this is another big thing to watch out for. Let's see how Van de Beek gets playtime this season. It's going to be it's a big talk. It's going to be a big talk, because he didn't play that much last season. He's definitely got to play this season. Let's see how Ole gives him chances. So Manchester United have done good business this window. They have got Jadon Sancho. We signed a former keeper, Tom Heaton, and he's also back. He looks in good shape. He played the preseason, looked very good. Looked very good in the preseason. So hopefully he might get some game time. And not forgetting, one of the biggest signings that we have done this season is a backup option as a centre back. So that is Rafael Varane, who was announced on the opening day of the fixture at Old Trafford, and it's such a wonderful way to announce him. So Rafael Varane is such a big player, Champions League winner many times with Real Madrid. He's come from Real Madrid to Manchester United, and that gives Lindelof a good competition at the centre back position. He's not a backup. He's obviously going to be starting once he's set in, once he gels with the team. Once he's all right, he will definitely be starting, and that gives a good option for Lindelof to be on his toes. So Rafael Varane is another good addition and another good signing to our squad. The one signing that's remaining that could potentially put Manchester United in pole position of winning this year's Premier League. They are challenging for the title this year. They can win the title if they play extremely well and they're consistent enough throughout the season. But this one main signing of the CDM, central defensive mid position, if we get one signing, then that will that is done. We are set to have a big wonderful season this year, and hopefully we get that signing with only 2 weeks left in the transfer window. The options available are Camavinga, Ruben Neves, or Declan Rice. Let's see who we go out for. There's been a lot of negotiation and talks going on. Hopefully we get the best player, we get the best option, we go to the best option, get the best player for us who will suit our play style, and he will really give his best. Thirdly, talking about Chelsea. Chelsea, the champions of Europe, have looked brilliant, extremely good ever since Thomas Tuchel took over, and my goodness, they also have plenty of youngsters, plenty of options available, a very good, brilliant squad, a lot of versatile players, and they also look good. They have got Romelu Lukaku, the former player who played many years ago. After 10 years, he's come back to the club. Romelu Lukaku, who's played with Chelsea initially, then he played with Everton, he came to Manchester United, he went to Inter Milan, to Italy, and now he's back at Chelsea. A very big threat, a very wonderful striker. He has a lot of potential and causes a big threat, especially in driving away defenders and causing the middle block to attack well. So Romelu Lukaku is really going to be a big threat for their other teams, and Chelsea will obviously definitely benefit from him. So Chelsea look a very good threat, a good setup. They're playing with three at the back usually, 3-4-3 formation. So we see how it works for them. It's going to really be good. So they will also be a big threat, and they will obviously challenge for the title. And now talking about Liverpool, Liverpool also haven't done much. I think they're pretty confident in their squad. They have all the confidence. They have plenty of options. We know that a big loss for them was Gini Wijnaldum, who was left and gone to PSG. But still, they have many options like Milner, Jordan Henderson, and then Thiago Alcantara. There are plenty of options available. So they have done one signing this window. It's Ibrahima Konate. He has been added to strengthen their defense. We know the defense is really good with the likes of Virgil van Dijk, Joel Matip, Joe Gomez, Trent Alexander-Arnold. So we'll have to see. But one concern for them is that their main left back, Andy Robertson, is been out due to an injury. We don't know how long he'll be out. But once he's back, Liverpool are set. So even without him, they've been doing really well. They've kicked out really well. So we'll see that even Liverpool have a really good attack. They have wonderful players. Salah, the best trio, Salah, Mane and Firmino in the front could be a very good threat to all the teams. So yeah, these are the top four contenders to win the Premier League this season. I'm sure that the other top four will finish in the top four. They are Manchester City, Manchester United, Chelsea and Liverpool. If you talk about other two names, possible top five finish, the team at number five to finish would definitely be Leicester City. They will obviously undergo a lot of problem and trials. They'll have to face a lot of tough situations, ups and downs. Because teams like West Ham, Aston Villa, Wolves, Brighton, they all are looking in really good shape. So Leicester will have set competition and tough time with playing against these clubs, also against the top clubs. They'll have to maintain a lot of consistency. But I'm confident, that Brendan Rodgers, he's been really doing a wonderful job with Leicester City, and they also have versatile players, excellent players who possess great quality, great character, and they can be very dangerous on any given day. Talking about the other two teams that are the big names, that is Arsenal and Tottenham. They don't look that bright this season. We know that Tottenham have got the new manager, Nuno Espirito Santos, after Jose Mourinho was sacked. So let's see how it works out for them. How Nuno will shape the team. Is he going to? He might put his new style of play. Is it going to work out for them? We don't know. Harry Kane may want to leave because he wants to win trophies. So will Harry Kane leave? We don't know. But Tottenham have a good team, but I don't think their chemistry is so good as last season. I feel they're going to struggle this season. It's going to be tough for them. And talking about Arsenal, they've gone down very badly, but they have the hopes of improving their team. Somehow they need to improve the academy players and then attract big players from outside. This season they will have to work on building up their team right from the root. Mikel Arteta has to get his strategy right, has to get a good plan for the team, I feel. I don't see any plan in Arsenal. So, such a big name. They have good players, good potential, but they're just not able to put it out there on the field. So, definitely feel that, Arteta will have to work towards that. Tottenham and Arsenal, both the North London Warriors, will have to really work on their team and see how they perform. But to talk about the top four, it's no surprise. These four teams really look very strong. As I mentioned, Manchester City, Manchester United, Chelsea and Liverpool. So that's how it's going to be. Let's see how the season goes about. It's really going to be an interesting season, a thrilling season, and an entertaining season for all of us, for all the football fans, especially the fans who are supporting Premier League clubs. So let's see how it works out for them, and hope you'll enjoy this season. Keep connected and stay updated on all the matches that are happening. It's going to be really good because more updates on transfers, injuries, everything will be coming eventually, because this is the toughest league in the world. Anything can occur, anything can be expected. So you can expect anything. Upsets, ups and downs can be expected here. So that's it from me. Please continue to stay connected on Sports Bus TV, because I'll be back with more updates to see if there are any shockers, if anything happens after good long runs of certain teams having good long runs and then suddenly falling. I might come back with updates on why as to why that has happened and what's going on. So let's see what happens as the league progresses. Till then, thank you for your time. Take care and stay connected. Bye.